Bball Show. Hey. It's the Bball Show.
Hey,
fresh sneaks, fresh tees, slam dunk winning. Seed here first, you got courtside tickets. On the Bball Show. We got news, views, and all the street facts. Pass the ball and I'ma pass it right back on the Bball Show. It's the Bball Show.
Siphinde sinamkeleke futhi kwenye episode ye Bball Show. Mawukuthi uhlezi phambi kwamabona kude wakho kusho ukuthi ke uyazi ke ukuthi u1:30 SABC 1 Mzansi Fo Sho lasiphathele khona ezingababi ezingasukumi phansi za basketball la eMzansi Afrika naphesheya kwelwandle. Igama lami ke nguZesuliwe ngoba Hadebe umabhungane umthimkhulu angihambi ke ngedwa. I'm with my boy Slim.
Rookie out of here, we right here on the home of basketball every Saturday 1:30. Mzansi Fo Sho, bring you the best and the hottest in basketball. Yo, Z, let's check out what's coming up in today's show.
Kwi-episode yethu yanamhlanje si-interviewer uVibes noBibi abaphuma kwi-End1 Africa. Bese kuthi in learning the game uzibeka ethubeni lokuthi uqeqeshwe abantu abazi kangcono ngebasketball. In growing the game ke sibheka umsebenzi omuhle owenziwa abantu balapha eMzansi Africa ukuthi bathathe inxaxheba yokuthi bakhulise ibasketball. Sihamba wonke ama-provinces aseMzansi Afrika, sithi Gauteng, sithi KZN, sithi Cape Town. Kwi-Bball Show sikulethela imidlalo engababi yama-basketball games akhona la eMzansi Afrika. Wena into okuzofanele ukuthi uyenze is to go check out i-local game yethu yaleli viki. Goodfellas kade ingqubene phezulu neBram Blues kuma quarter finals ekade ezobonisa ngempela ukuthi iliphi iqembu elizoqhubekela liye phambili lifinyelele kuma semi finals. Gaze iGoodfellas izokhipha ubukhono obuthizeni noma iBram Blues ke izofika ibonise nalo ikhono lalo elithizeni. Asambeni ke siyobona ukuthi lo mdlalo uhambe kanjani. Umdlalo ke lona uqale ngesivinini esikhulu kakhulu emva kokuthi ke iBlues ke ibisifaka ke i3-pointer yokuqala laphayana emidlalweni. Kanti ke le 3-pointer lena ke iqhamuke laphayana kuye ke unumber 9 uThami. Unumber 6 uThabo ubese khipha ke ibhola elihle kakhulu elinikeza unumber 32 uQuinton okwazile ke uqeda laphayana ngeslam dunk. Emva kwalokho ke ubese qedela ke laphayana ke ama free throws amabili. Enza ke umdlalo ke ukuthi uhlukanyiswe nje ipoint elilodwa kuphela. Unumber 3 uKweku odlalela iFellas ungenile ngaphakathi laphayana wanikeza unumber 14 uTsakane okwazile nje ukuqeda kahle ngelayup engasukumi phansi. Ngaleso sikhathi ke izihlwele bezijabule ngempela. Unumber 9 uThami ukwazile ukutshontsha ibhola wabese gijima kahle kakhulu enza ilayup laphana elenzela ke lona leli qembu leBlues. First half it iphela 19 Fellas 16 Blues. Unumber 14 uTsakane wakwazi nje ukuthi afake ipoint elilodwa nje kuphela kwilayup laphayana yayo ke iFellas. Unumber 16 uEdgar ke ubese qeda laphayana ilayup eqedelela ke lona ke leli qembu leBlues. Final score ke yalomdlalo lona okade uphakathi kweFellas neBram Blues hamba phambili ke iFellas 51 Bram Blues 44.
From All-Star Weekends to Garnett calling Lala Cherry Pops. I don't know about that, man, but it's time to check out our international game of this week. These New York Knicks won't let anybody have it easy at the Garden, not even the officials. Carmelo Anthony dropped in 34 points, and these Knicks ran to their best start in over 20 years to 7-0, withstanding Wallace's ejection with a mere 1 minute 25 seconds to play, beating the Phoenix Suns 106-99. Phoenix had won its last two at MSG, but the Knicks have finally figured out under coach Mike Woodson that home court games are not to be wasted. Raymond Felton had 23 points, 7 assists, and no turnovers for the Knicks, who won 7 straight at Madison Square Garden to open a season when they started 9-0 in 1992 and 93. The Knicks seemed well on their way to eclipsing their NBA best average of 27.5 points per first quarter when they jumped ahead 21-6 with 5 minutes 15 left in the first period. The Knicks felt the foul wasn't out of line because Scola continued to play through the whistle in trying to get a shot up, so Wallace had the right to as well. Wallace has been called for more than 300 technical fouls in his career and led the league 7 times, but he said he was too old to be clashing with officials at age 38 when he ended a 2-year retirement. The Suns pulled within 24-20 after 1 before the Knicks broke it open again late in the second with an 11-2 spurt that gave them a 59-39 lead with 24 seconds left in the half. Phoenix had the ball with a chance to get within 10 in the final minute of the third, but Gotthard was whistled for an offensive foul. The Knicks then scored the next 5 points, taking an 89-72 lead to the fourth, and Anthony made a 3-pointer with 2.8 seconds left. Phoenix got it down to 103-99 on Brown's layup with 26 seconds left, but J.R. Smith, who was 1 of 11 from the field, made 2 free throws and Chandler added 1. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute pleasure to introduce today's in-studio guests. Both of them works for And One. They go by the name of Bibi and Vibes. Hustle, hard vibe. Looking fresh, $1,000,000. Pastor Vibes. Bibi, what's up, Bibi? Right there. Let's have a seat, fellas. Have a seat. Let's take a look at what y'all been up to right there, right?
uBibi Muweketi unesipiliyoni seminyaka eyi-11 kwi-clothing design, branding and manufacturing. Kanti ke futhi uqhubekile laphayana ephethe i-brand ebizwa ngokuthiwa i-Hoop City, kanti futhi uqeda nje ukuqala i-And One Africa Company eyenza ke ama-imports nama-distributions kuyo kwi-And One ne-branded merchandisers. uRonald kanti ke elinye igama aziwa ngalo elibizwa ngokuthiwa uVibes. Wazalelwa ke laphayana eBamenda eNorthwest Province yaseCameroon, kanti ke futhi ungomunye wabosompempe abancane. Emva kokuthi esukileke eCameroon weza la eNingizimu Afrika, waqhubeka ukudlala ibasketball edlalela ke yona ke iVerts kanti ke neRandburg Rhinos.
Now I'd like to find out, when did the basketball bug bite both of you, Bibi?
With me, man, it was back in the day when there was still Ahmad Rashad on TV, Inside Stuff, but I think Michael Jordan.
Jordan?
Chicago Bulls, way back then, that's when it started to bite for me.
Vibes?
Yeah, Michael Jordan.
Yeah. So, growing up, did you realize that basketball would have such an impact in your life?
Definitely, I did, because I started playing basketball when I was 6. Yeah. And the game really inspired me in terms of motivating people. I saw how my skills draw people closer to me. Nice. So I thought of being a role model.
Bibi, fashion, basketball, did you always think that you could merge this two?
I'm much more laid back, you know. Yeah. I can do the corporate thing, but I'm still very street. Me going from playing sport basketball to having a business, it only made sense that it was basketball related.
And Bibi, tell us about Hoop City.
Hoop City is actually the business I started once I realized there's going to be no PBL. And I started that in 2001. It was a basketball club, it was a clothing line, it was also a property company. But what people got to know was a clothing line.
Tell us about And One.
And One was actually a direct competitor of mine for about 8 years. As an international brand purely focusing on basketball as a sport. This brand has it all. So what I really need to do is just apply what it is I learned and just get to trading.
You wanted footwear, he had it. You wanted basketballs, he had it. You wanted caps, he had it. You want water, go grab it. We'll be back with you after this break. Welcome back to the Bball Show on SABC One, the home of basketball. And with me today is Bibi and Vibes from And One. Now, Vibes, tell us about your program, Basketball and Street.
Basically, Basketball and Street started back way in Cameroon, where they used to deprive short guys from playing basketball.
Wow.
And we came to realize that most of the talented basketballers in the world as a whole The short guys, God didn't give them the height. So I started this program using my skills. I play basketball one-on-one, especially on shopping mall, in front of shopping malls. I go to schools, I portray my talent.
Bibi, And One is one of 3 African companies to host the World 3-on-3 tournaments. How did this happen, and how'd you get that opportunity?
It happened while we were going about our business of hosting our own And One 3-on-3 street ball tournament. And it is through them that we learned that actually there's a global 3-on-3 world tour that actually happens, that we need to find a way to get involved in it so that what we do can be on the same caliber of the world tour. So it's at the stage now where they're trying to grow the sport across many countries globally to get to a stage that it can qualify as an official sport in the Olympics, either starting 2016 or 2020.
What's your inspiring words to those fashion designers, those inspirational fellas out there?
If you change the way you think, you automatically change the way you perform.
Bibi, inspire that kid, man.
For me, it's actually very simple. Be you and do you.
Be you, do you. We all in the same shoes. You heard it from my man himself. So fellas, how good's that basketball knowledge?
Hey man, you wanna test it?
You right? You guys, you ready? So to see how good their knowledge is, Zes is coming up next with the 24-second shot clock. I need to take off my hat because even me, I'm part of And One.
Siphinde sinamukeleke futhi sisasekhona-ke la kwi-Bball Show SABC 1 Mzansi Fo Sho. Sintsheleke ukuthi sihlezi namo-ke abantu phela abayazi kangcono i-basketball. Into engizoyenza njengamanje ngizothatha ithuba ngibabuze imibuzo embalwanyana nje kuphela sibone ukuthi ulwazi lwabo le-basketball lume kanjani. Gentlemen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a couple of questions and all you have is 24 seconds to answer these questions. Can you do that for me?
Not a problem.
All right. Can somebody please give me my 24-second shot clock? 3, 2, 1. Gentlemen, which team does Damian Lillard play for?
Portland Trail Blazers.
And who was the first black player to play in the NBA?
Lloyd.
And how many languages does Dikembe Mutombe speak?
7, eh?
And what tattoo does Tim Duncan have on his back?
Merlin the Magician.
Who is the youngest NBA MVP in history?
Derrick Rose.
And who is the all-time best rebounder in the NBA?
Wilt Chamberlain.
Oh, nizoleke lapho emakhaya ngempela abafowethu lana bayawazi umsebenzi wayo kanti futhi knowledge basketball banayo. Gentlemen, we'd like to thank you for coming through to the Bball Show and we wish you the best in everything that you do.
Thank you.
Kunjalo-ke babukeli emakhaya into esizoyenza njengamanje sizohamba siyobona i-profile player yethu yeviki la sobheka khona-ke ukuthi abadlali abasafufusa bala eMzansi Afrika iziphi izinto abazenzayo ukuthi bathuthukise izinga labo le-basketball. Check it out.
Hi, my name is Herve Fwamba. I'm 22 years old. I play for South Academia, and I'm from the South. My favorite cartoon was Dragon Ball Z. Everybody loved it. For breakfast, I usually eat cereal. My shoe size is 12. My last meal of the day is it must be pop. My toughest opponent in basketball must be my friend Ruben. If I could meet a person that I like, it would be LeBron James. What I love about my coach, he gives me motivation and he always put me to play every time. I'm like a star player for my team. If I could get stuck in the elevator with my celebrity crush, that would be Kelly Rowland because she's so dark in chocolate. Everybody loves chocolate. One thing people don't know about me that I love so much. My Twitter handle is @RVCJ. We need more basketball show in South Africa because we need to step up the game. Yeah, the game in South Africa is so low. The funniest trick I pulled up in my team during a team training or a game, I took out a shot. If I knew that today was my last day on earth, I would spend it playing basketball with my family watching me run. What I do after a bad game, just go home and cry. No, I don't cry. I just go home and practice more. What I do after a good game, I just go out with my friends, spend a good time with them. My dream for basketball in South Africa, I want basketball to grow in South Africa like in the next 2 years or 3 years, because basketball is really there in South Africa. I want it to step up. My final message to all the kids that are watching there: never give up, step up and do your thing. Hey, my name is Herve and Fwamba. This was my one-on-one on the Bball Show.
Yo, Z.
Yo.
We've been learning.
Siyafunda.
We've been growing.
Siyakhula.
We've been teaching.
Siyafundisa.
And that's what we're doing right here. It's time to check out Learn the Game on the Bball Show.
Hi South Africa, I'm Coach Kader from Highlands North Boys High. Welcome to the Bball Show. The next drill we're going to look at are jump shots. Important when you are shooting a jump shot to keep your feet square, bend at the knees, and then as you go up, you push up from your knees, and as you get to the top, you will push through with your elbow and you will flick your wrist at the end of your shot. The next move we'll be looking at is the screen and roll, or as some people call it, the pick and roll. I have my two helpers here, Rodney and Nathan, to help us. Now, with the screen, it's very important that the guy who's setting the screen sets the screen properly. So, you set the screen, the attacker will go past, you will roll. So, we have an easy option over there for shot or bounce pass and layup. The next move we were looking at is the crossover. So what you're going to try and do is try and fake him the one way, or take the ball over the one way and then quickly come across to the other side before he can get back to his position. Gina Ochojove, Gina Ochojove. Those were the moves of the week. Remember to keep practicing, and we'll catch you next week on the Basketball Show.
Slim.
Yeah.
Inyawo zami ziyavutha. So into engizoyenza ngizohlala phansi.
All right, that's what happens when you wear tight shoes in a basketball game. It's time to go for an ad break. Welcome back. You're still tuned into the home of basketball, SABC 1, and this is the Bball Show. Z, how do your feet feeling?
Hayi sengiright Shem.
All right, then it's time to get the show back on the roll. Yo, Z, tell us about growing the game.
Kwi-Bball Show sesihambeke siyobheka abantu abakhulisa izinga le-basketball la eMzansi Afrika. Into ezokufanele ukuthi uyenze wena is to go check out Growing the Game.
Growing the game of basketball. That's what we do right here through the lens. Now you can see this is a camera, and with me is my boy Zulu, who's one of the best photographers in South Africa, actually. Welcome to the show, man.
Hey, what's happening? What's happening?
Yeah, that's what I do. All right, tell us about your love for photography.
Well, you know what? I've loved taking pictures like since I studied photography, journalism at TUT, right? And then now I just decided to take it to what I love the most, which is basketball. So I put this and this together, and then you get Baller for Life.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Tell us about Baller for Life.
Okay, well, Baller for Life is a page and a blog where we cover all the events happening around Joburg.
Nice.
Hopefully also around Gauteng and the whole of South Africa. You know, it's about ball, obviously. You know, my love for photography. I express that through on the website as well. So we cover everything that happens around Joburg, small tournaments, development, everything.
All right, so tell that kid right there who has a camera, who's down and saying, no, but I don't know what to take pictures. What can I do with my camera? Why should they get into photography and ball as well?
Listen, we all have our own different talents. I mean, there's millions and millions of photographers out there, but they all have that one different thing, you know? So I'm saying pick up your camera, find that one thing that you love doing the most, and go ahead and do it.
Are you doing any charity work?
No, I'm about to this year. I want to start up something on my page where I want ballers to give their old sneakers, you know, so I can give them to the kids in the hood who don't have any shoes to play with. So if there's any prominent basketballers out there with a whole lot of pairs of shoes, you know, they can give them to me so I can send them to these little kids, yeah?
Right, give them your Twitter handle real quick.
All right, my Twitter handle again is @Karatsolo, KARATSHOLO, and my page is facebook.com/aballerforlife.
You know what it is? Baller for life, from a baller to a photographer. Baller for life, you know what it is? Grind the game right here on Mzansi's #1, SABC 1. Yes, man, that's the sound you hear after I hit a buzzer. It's time to check out your courtside countdown right here on the Bball Show.
Number 10, we start in Indianapolis. Lance Stevenson corrals the rebound and a nice bounce pass. At number 9, Kyle Lowry. He's a happy camper. Gets his starting point guard job back now that Jose Calderon's been traded away. Bobcats turning the ball over here to start number 8 and Tony Parker. How impressive has he been? Number 7, Andre Iguodala. Says James Harden, I will take that. And then rising up in the Mile High City in transition, dumping it off for Taj Gibson. Number 5, Joe Johnson. Puts on the brakes, Minnesota. Ricky Rubio. Always been a flashy one. The Spaniard between the legs. James with a trio of chase down blocks. He's the one who made this popular. But Trevor Ariza getting one on Drew Holiday. Avery Bradley on Isaiah Thomas. Number 3 on the chase down. Then Danilo Gallinari. But at number 1, Blake Griffin. Tight game down the stretch. Look at him maneuvering.
Ngaso sonke isikhathi la kwi-Bball Show siyasiniphathele indaba ze-basketball yala eMzansi Afrika naphesheya kwelwandle. Kanti ke futhi kwesinye isikhathi siyasibheke ukuthi abadlali bayo i-basketball yiziphi ezinye izinto ezenzakalayo kubo kwi-personal life yabo. Wena into ekuzofanele ukuthi uyenze ukuthi uhlale ubone i-Bball News ukuthi siniphatheleni kuleli viki. Wade odlalela iMiami uzobe ehola iEastern Conference bese kuthi ke uPaul yena ke odlalela iClippers uzobe ehola iWestern Conference. Ubusuku obubodwa bomncintiswano lapho kuzobe kuraiswa khona imali for charity. Kanti ke iselection yalaba dlali laba iphume kuyo ke iNBA neNational Basketball Players Association. Labadlali ke laba bobabili bakhethiwe ngokuthi babonise ubuholi obuhle kakhulu nokuthi bayakwazi ukusupporta ama causes amanye e charity.
We learning the game, we growing the game, we showing you local games. You know what it is, man. For more of your other games, go to www.youtube.com/Bball Show ZA, and also at the Bball Show. That's us on the Twitter page. Me, Rookie of the Year, at Cute Kid Slim. You know all I do is keep dividends.
Wena na. Bekumnandi ke phela sisonke SABC 1 Mzansi Fo Sho. Masiphinde nike futhi sihlangane ngeviki elizayo ngesikhathi esifanayo. Bathi abake babonana bayophinde babonane. Okahadebeke umntwana uthi makube njalo kodwa makuthi khona ezinye izinto enifuna ukuzazi ningahamba niku Facebook page yethu the Bball Show. Kanti ke nami ngikhona lapha yana ku Twitter Zesuliwe Hadebe nomoro 1. We are out.
It's the Bball Show. Hey. It's the Bball Show. Hey, hlala uncebele kuthola nesiphuzo ukhahlela icathulo lemaqala lenqubo. Fresh sneaks, fresh tees, slam dunk winning. Seed here first, you got courtside tickets on the Bball Show.